might be the most shocked I've ever been on this show.
Wow.
A shocking elimination leaves the judges completely stunned.
Holy snap.
And could pop music royalty be behind a mask?
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
It's all coming up live on Unmasking the Masked Singer.
First off, that impression was really good, Nicole.
Oh, Charlie, Charlie,
Another Britney impersonator.
who did you think was going home?
Definitely the bear, and it was very, very surprising. So take a look at the first elimination.
Oh my God! Wow! You guys, you cannot believe
Is that Tina Fey?
she put it on her gloves versus Governor Sarah Palin! Holy snap! Wow! And she was rapping! My goodness, can you guys believe?
Oh my goodness. I mean, I feel like week after week, there are so many stars that go on this show that we expect. Actors, athletes, singers. I really don't expect too many politicians to pop up on here.
Definitely not Sarah Palin either.
Definitely not Sarah Palin. I think now is the time for rebirth, and if she wants to go out and have fun, the Masked Singer is 100% the place to do it.
And I think my favorite moment was them putting the glasses on her when she took the head off. Like, I need to see what's going on.
She needed her vision, yes. In case you missed it, this was so epic and iconic. Take a look.
I like big butts and I cannot lie. You are the mother's can't deny. When a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and around thinking in your face, you guess.
That voice just doesn't sound like what I would assume Sarah Palin to sound like.
I mean, I guess we've never really heard Sarah Palin sing.
Right, yeah, I've heard her give plenty of speeches.
Never singing, especially that song.
Right, a very unexpected song choice, which was a brilliant move on her part. Of course, we'll really quickly talk you through some of the clues that sort of gave this away. Let's throw up the elephants. So in 2010, our girl Sarah, she launched the Pink Elephant movement to promote and raise funds for female Republican candidates. So that was one thing that kind of gave it away. I also want to talk about the October calendar. Yes. So it wasn't just October, it was October. And if you notice on Saturday, it said live. Well, Sarah appeared on an episode of SNL with Tina Fey, her famous impersonator, in October of 2008. So that was a very nuanced clue, but if you know, you know. And then my last and final one I'm going to call out is the hockey skates. So I thought this was maybe Candace Cameron Bure. She's married to a hockey player, which I know Jenny mentioned. But no, of course, it's Sarah. She had the very famous quote at the RNC in 2008. She said, "I love those hockey moms. You know, they say the difference between a hockey mom and a pit bull is lipstick."
One of her most iconic quotes.
Correct, of course.
I believe the judges threw a few names out there, and we might have our first reality check of the night.
Someone like, I don't know, Tanya Harding. That is all I can think of right now. And there's a very hidden clue. Inside the trunk is a tire iron. Hear me out. Let's not. Hey.
If this really was Tanya Harding, you would say that to her?
Born to hunt, baby. You got to do what you got to do to win. But do you know who else has two kids? Britney Spears.
It's not obviously Britney Spears.
It could be Britney.
Because if it was Britney and she sang Baby Got Back, it would be like,
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
Nicole, again, the impersonation spot on. Jenny's pure disapproval was also one of my favorite moments from tonight.
Yes, and as an official Britney stan,
Yes.
I would know immediately if that was our girl Britney. It wasn't.
That is correct. Well, we asked you guys over on Entertainment Tonight's Twitter who you were most excited to see tonight in the performances, and I am surprised you guys were really pushing for the Swan. Not as many excited for the Rhino, but a lot of you were excited for that Night Angel. And listen, she gave Love a bad name, but she gave us a badass performance. Take a look. First of all, great song choice.
Yeah.
I love this. I'm honestly a little terrified of this costume, but I will tell you who I can surely say I think it is.
Okay.
I'm going with Candy Burris from The Real Housewives. Songwriter, producer, reality TV star. She's truly done it all by this point, and I'll tell you why. We saw a few door numbers during her clue package. There was a 4, a 5, and a 6, all three of those. Yep, there we go. So they were shown at different points, but a 4, 5, and a 6 all made an appearance. She has written a song called 4, 5, 6.
So quite literally.
Quite literally 4, 5, 6. On top of that, we saw the key with the number 2. Well, she was a house guest on the second American season of Celebrity Big Brother. She also joined The Real Housewives of Atlanta during the second season.
Ooh, that
the number
makes sense.
2, really important to her TV career. As well as that, the third clue that gave it away for me was we saw some looks like grannies maybe dancing there.
I love that.
Yeah, some dancing grannies. Well, Old Lady Gang is actually the restaurant that she owns along with her family members, her mother, her aunt, her sisters, everyone's a part of that.
I love that. She is a true and tried entrepreneur.
Yeah, completely. And I think something she tried throwing us a little bit with was a fake British accent. I don't know if you
Yeah,
heard that.
on stage, I was like, who could this be? But she's so talented. I feel like it's so easy for her to just throw on an accent, like something that is completely different from who she is, but I don't think we're buying it.
Exactly. And if you haven't heard her sing before, she was part of the girl group Escape. As on top of that, she also has a Grammy Award for helping write the song No Scrubs TLC, iconic bop.
Yeah.
So she is a huge player in the music industry, and I'm happy to see her sing on the show, hopefully.
I feel like it's such a natural fit for her being such a huge part of the music industry before we saw her transition into reality TV, and those vocals impressed everybody.
Yeah,
I mean,
great-
truly slayed.
Great first performance.
Yes.
Our next performer took us out of this world. Take a look.
Oh, you say I am love when I can't feel a thing. And you say I am strong.
All
A
right.
country crooner.
A country crooner, and Twitter was all in agreement. I honestly saw one name being thrown out there, and I am agreeing with it for Hunter Hayes.
Yeah.
Hunter Hayes, listen, I am going to admit I'm not a huge country person.
And I'm
You're
not,
either.
huge either, yeah.
But I am going with Hunter Hayes, and I will tell you why. There were a few different clues that stood out to me, one of them being a little strange, but it was a skeleton foot. Well, Hayes and singer Victoria Justice actually contributed a duet to the soundtrack of the 2011 remake of Footloose.
Which is fire.
A skeleton foot, Footloose. That was honestly the biggest thing that stood out to me in the clue package, but we also heard him say something on stage after his performance. Take a look.
What connected you to the astronaut?
Well, people say the sky's the limit. But when you're an astronaut, the sky is just the beginning. And even though I started at a young age, I feel like I'm just getting started.
Started at a young age.
Yep.
Obviously, Hunter is someone who he's still really young today, but
Totally.
I mean, he got his start years ago as a kid. And, I'm a Bachelor fan, and he performed on an episode of The Bachelor
he
this
did.
year. And I think he's really trying to do things that take him out of that kid box, and he wants to be taken seriously like so many people who go on The Masked Singer do. Be seen in a little different light. What do you think?
And I think it's interesting because a lot of people were pointing out online, it kind of sounded like he was nervous almost in his voice, but then other people were chiming in and saying that's actually just how he sounds. That's kind of the natural vibrato of his voice, which I totally agree with. If you listen to some live performances, it sounds a lot like that. So I'm sticking with Hunter Hayes here.
1000%.
Well, our next performer was a dinosaur, which is kind of crazy to say, but gave a killer performance. Check it out.
So what? I'm feeling rock star. I got my rock moves, and I don't need you tonight. I'm alright.
I mean, I stan JoJo Siwa. That girl has so much energy and charisma, and that has got to be her. My vote is for sure JoJo Siwa as the T-Rex.
I'm exhausted just watching that. She
Really?
was jumping around so much.
Well, Charlie, that's what she does. That's what
I know
she's
that
famous
dance
for.
and that the shoot dance that she was doing.
Yeah.
We have seen her do that everywhere. So
Yes.
I'm also going with JoJo Siwa. For you.
Okay, let's break it all down a little bit. So the first clue that really tipped me off was the north and west directions highlighted on that napkin right there. So if we can just kind of show that napkin one more time, you notice there's the 4 directions, but only N and W were highlighted. Well, okay. JoJo Siwa is friends with quite literally Northwest. Kim Kardashian and Kanye West's daughter. They had a very famous play date. They hung out together, and you see all that slime on the screen there? JoJo is famous for making slime. So she and North, they made slime together. I was like, okay, this has got to be JoJo Siwa. But if we need further confirmation, we saw some dinosaurs dancing. And the T-Rex said in the clue package that this person was plucked from obscurity to dance with dozens of creatures pirouetting the land. Now, of course, JoJo got her start on Dance Moms. Pirouette is a technical dance term where you spin around in a little circle. So I was like, okay, this is someone who definitely has dance knowledge and got famous with a troupe of people.
Yes.
And then last but not least, we saw this U-shaped gold balloon with 3 colorful stars on it. So JoJo, she actually dropped a single last year called Number One You, always dropping those motivational and inspirational bops. And then the stars are very like reminiscent of the vibe of JoJo. I mean, look at her jacket.
That jacket is just stars.
It's just glittery stars.
Purely
and
stars.
I love her. I think she's such a positive role model, and this show is, again, a really natural fit for her.
Totally.
She probably also wants to be taken a little more seriously as, you know, she's growing up, and I love it. What do you think?
I just love it. Like, I think the moment that gave it away was when she yelled in the performance and she was like, yeah! If you've ever gone down a JoJo Siwa like black hole on YouTube and just watched her videos I have, chances are you have heard her scream that when she starts her videos. It's just another recognizable voice.
Yeah, you know, actually someone called out Maddie Ziegler. One of the judges said maybe it's Maddie Ziegler, but come on, if you're a JoJo Siwa fan, you know this has to be JoJo Siwa.
JoJo Siwa.
Yes.
Well, our next performer had a little faith in all of us. Take a look.
Have a little faith in me. Have a little faith in me. Have a little faith in me.
I think Nicole said it best. We definitely have a little faith in this singer because that was a great, great performance, and those vocals were spot on the entire way through.
I was thrown at how tall the Rhino's presence seems to be.
Very tall.
Who's your best guess?
So online agreed with me here. Twitter was really going for a country person again. We saw Hunter Hayes, another country star. I am going with Trace Adkins because he is the height of 6'6".
Oh,
you
tall
saw him
guy.
standing next to Nick there. He was tall. This is definitely the tallest performer of the group. Like I said, Trace is 6'6", but there was a few other clues that sold it for me as well. We saw a few kind of magazine-looking covers. One said Anonymous Living, Masked Quarterly. Yep, you can see them here. Well, Trace, back in the day, we also heard him talk about football in the clue package a little bit, or saw the judges guess football. It was thrown out that this could be a football player because of the height. Well, Trace was an offensive lineman at Louisiana Tech Bulldogs football team. He actually left the team after his freshman season due to a knee injury.
That is some deep research.
Some deep research
Nice
on his
job.
knee injury. Also, the second clue we have here, we saw a drink pitcher, something you would see almost like in a bar. Well, Trace has been very open about his relationship with alcohol. The singer doesn't feel any pressure to drink these days, and he has had 2 stints in rehab, 2001 and 2014. He is sober these days and does talk about it publicly. So
Yeah.
I think we heard that in the clue package a bit, how he's kind of shying away from something that was being forced upon him before. That could obviously lead to his sobriety.
And what a cool message. You know, I feel like so much of what we do here is we laugh and we talk about how silly and outlandish these performances are. But if this is Trace Adkins, good for him for using this platform to, you know, let someone at home who might also be struggling with those issues that, like, look, I'm here and I'm promoting it and it's okay. And I just want to let the world know that you can overcome those obstacles.
Totally. And that was definitely a big part of this clue package, was overcoming. We heard Faith at the end of the clue package as well. And we also saw a picture of the Grand Old Opry, if we can throw that up there. He was actually inducted in 2003. So that makes a lot of sense
There you
for
go.
him being there.
Okay, let's get into our final character.
Yes.
When you kiss them, fever if you live and learn. Fever till you sizzle. What a lovely way to burn.
Oh my goodness.
You
This
love
was-
it.
This is my favorite performance of the night. Right off the bat, the clues scream to me Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Which Nicole guessed as well.
Correct. Nicole has really been in sync with me tonight.
Yeah,
It's
she
not
has.
Britney Spears, and it's probably Jennifer Love Hewitt. So I'm a 90s freak. I love everything 90s,
Yep.
and Jennifer Love Hewitt really embodies that. And let's go through the clue package, and we'll kind of dissect why. A lot of things point to the 90s. So the first clue, we saw this ghost. A ghost was hanging like in the forest. This was not the 90s, but we'll celebrate it anyways. Jennifer starred on the show Ghost ghost whisperer. So quite literally, ghost. The second clue that gave it away was also pretty literal. Like, remember how we've been talking this season about don't take it so deep?
Yeah, this one, literal.
Yes, so we saw this pool float right here is a heart. Well, Jennifer Love Hewitt, right? That makes sense.
That makes perfect sense to me.
And then the last clue that I want to talk about is this megaphone. And so I was like, has this person played a cheerleader in a movie or something? Well, here's my rationale on the megaphone. Jennifer Love Hewitt starred in the iconic 90s franchise I Know What You Did Last Summer, of course, a horror movie, which was also alluded to in the clue package. She has this very famous scene in the movie where she goes, "What are you waiting for, huh?" So it's like she's literally projecting her voice screaming.
A megaphone.
Yes, and hence the megaphone. What do you think?
I'm going with you on that one. I think it was a great guess by Nicole. We also heard a few other names. Sarah Michelle Gellar was getting thrown out there a lot online.
Yeah.
I could kind of see it going that way as well, but I think the clues are pointing more to Jennifer Love Hewitt for now.
There's one other thing I want to point out about Jennifer Love Hewitt. She was on the show, or still is on the show.
Still is on the show,
Still is on the
911.
show, 911, your favorite
My
show.
favorite crime drama show.
Yes, and it's on Fox. So she's
exactly.
already in the Fox family. It would make sense to do a little cross promo there.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. And I think the voice does sound like her too.
100%. We know she is a singer. She had a singing career. So, of course, we want to talk all about it with you guys. Let us know your thoughts, your comments. Who could be behind these Group C masks? Let us know if you think we're onto something here.
And we will be back next week to talk all about the Group C playoffs.
Yes.
And we'll see you soon.
Who is that?
Who is that? Bye, guys.
Bye.